Listeners, welcome back to Toxic Tendencies. We're back. I mean, barely. I think we got 2 or 3 of us here for this week, and I'm certainly not one of them. These fuckers think I'm always too groggy when I do the editing the next day because it's too early in the morning, but I just want to know that I gave my best effort. But that's okay. Yeah, hey. Episode number 11. These idiots can't keep track of how many episodes we dropped because they don't pay attention to the fine details, if you will. So, welcome back. It's still garbage. I still don't understand why you're here. But kick back, relax,
3,
and
2,
enjoy.
1.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to mourn the loss of Toxic Tendencies. This will be a post-mortem episode drop.
This is the autopsy of the podcast.
There'll be a decent in remembrance
We're getting ready.
throughout the episode too.
We'll, remember some fond memories that we had during this pod. The sparks of joy that it brought to our lives.
Yeah.
Small sparks, but they were
This
there.
is what happens when, Tim Cook and his money gets in the way of creative geniuses,
Release the Toxic Cut.
Release the Toxic Cut exclusively on HBO Max. They're buying everything.
No, I'll tell you what is the cost of this. This is what happens when there's no dedication,
No
there's
passion.
no drive, no passion for the pod.
Motherfuckers want to be famous,
It's something you hate
but
to
don't
see,
want to put the
but-
work in.
You gotta
right.
put the work in.
In a way, maybe this is a rebirth for just the 3 of us to continue on in a new fashion.
We wake
Who
up and
needs
piss
them?
excellence.
Shake and bake,
Damn
baby.
right. We were talking on the last pod about how we were cutting the dead weight without Damien being here, but now we've really got that monkey off our back.
Yeah, I think, the whole first 10 episodes we did was just a prelude for what's to come, We brought in
Yeah.
some, extra characters that didn't really matter. We killed them off, and now we're golden. We're to our golden stage here.
I like that.
Last week, Damien was gone. The week before that, I'm pretty sure Calvin was gone. Well, the episode before that, we've missed several weeks over the last, month. So now they're both gone, and I feel free.
Right. We're really ready to spread our wings. So on that note, boys, how you been?
I've been truly vibing.
Vibing.
Positive vibes only out here in these streets. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. I love to hear it. Tell me more.
This is a good example. I talked to Ben about this yesterday. Parker, I've talked to you about my father and when he texts me, correct?
Yes.
And I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast, but
I was
every
gonna say, I
time-
don't think you have, so let our listeners know.
every
Because
time
we love
my-
a good Wyatt dad story.
Every time my father texts me, he starts with sup, and it's usually a lot of U's and a lot of P's, so it's sup.
Sup?
Every time. Sup. So, my father had not texted me in several weeks, but yesterday, he texts me and he goes, "Sup? As I sit here, I wonder, why do people even go outside?"
Your dad texted you this?
My dad texted me this, and this is an acknowledgement of what my brother Kyle and I always say to each other. which is why do people go outside, specifically when it gets hot out. I don't understand why people go outside when it's hot. Like, just sitting in ball soup, your balls sticking to your legs, sweat everywhere. It's disgusting. And it's just not an enjoyable experience. But also, it's just like, when it's cold, it's the same thing. Why do people go outside? Like, that's why shelter was created. You know what I mean? So we didn't have to be out there.
Outdoors.
Yes, absolutely. That's why camping is the dumbest shit to me. And we've talked about this. Go camping. My ancestors created houses for a reason.
Your ancestors fled Nazi-occupied Austria for shelter.
This is a true story. Sponsored by the Catholic Church. Like, we gotta get them out of here. So I responded to my dad, and I said, I don't know. But as I run around this store talking to all these different people, I realize that people are the worst. Which is a throwback and a reference to what my dad and I always say to me. I used to get home from work when I lived with my parents. I'd get home from work, and he'd be like, sup? And I'd be like, sup? And he goes, work sucked today? I was like, yeah. He'd go, people are the worst, aren't they? I'd tell him, yes. They are the worst. And in fact, they're the worst types of people.
I couldn't think of any more people that are the worst types of people other than people.
Exactly.
You and your dad just radiate positive vibes, Wyatt.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I said. Positive only, man. I'm vibing out here.
And did he appreciate your callback?
That's exactly what he texted. All he texted me back was amen. That's all he texted me back. Amen. All right.
And that was the end of the conversation?
That was the end of the conversation. He said amen, and I was like, he didn't give me anything to work with. What am I supposed to say back?
Praise be, Father.
Sup?
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 You should have just kept doing that back and forth.
Is your mom still mad at you?
No, she's good now.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
She can't stay mad forever, you know. She had to...
No, sure she could. I'm positive she could if she wanted to.
If she really tried.
I don't know if you guys get that from your mom. My mom could stay pissed for the rest of her life if she wanted
to. I know the reason this time. What was the other time that she got mad at you? Oh, was it when you moved? I feel like that wasn't it.
No, I mean, that's possible. I mean, she's gotten mad at me my entire life. So, I mean, you're going to have to narrow it down. Was it recently?
I think it was when you moved, because then you didn't see her all the time, and then you had like stopped texting her, and she was like waiting for you to reach out to her.
You never see me anymore.
I literally, you're right. I moved out, and a week had gone by, and she's like, got mad at me because I hadn't texted her.
Yes. So
it had been one calendar week.
So was she mad, or did she stay mad at you longer that time or this time?
I mean, I'd say this time, but also I didn't know she was mad at me this time.
Okay, that's valid.
For probably 2 weeks into her being mad at me. Because I like just one day like I like ran into her downtown and she just didn't talk to me at all, even though I was just like, oh, all right.
You think everything's chill? You're like, hey mom.
Hey mom, and she just didn't say anything. I was oh okay, so she's mad. And then I had seen her for Easter, but it had been like 2 weeks, so I don't know at what point she got mad at me. So it's a gray area, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if you guys have that with your parents or your moms specifically, but I mean, great segue is Mother's Day is this coming Sunday, a week from today, and I have no idea.
I got my mother disappointment. Yeah,
is that what you got?
It's a recurring theme. It's kind of like a annual subscription.
Oh,
that's nice. Crazy. That's what Damon usually gets for Jay.
And the rest of the people in his life.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, Kelsey's newly signed up for the service.
Yeah. That happened once they got engaged. Yeah. Then she got on his plane.
He's got huge discounts now.
Disappointing her before this year.
Oh, he was disappointing her long before that, but once
Yeah.
once the engagement happened, then it was like,
Yeah.
okay, she's on the plan.
It was like
She's
a monthly
subscribed. It was
membership at that point. But now he's like, well, I might as well commit to
Yeah.
annual and then get it on with like, my father, mother,
Yep.
sister, friends, grandparents, anybody in his life.
What's the
Yep.
what's the APR on that? No.
Ben, you're gonna have to speak to that. You're the one who's got some.
I don't know his financials.
I was gonna say I thought it was like a really good like thing to throw in there because we were talking about the credit and then nobody said anything.
All I know is he gets like a 50% off discount now that he's got so many people on it.
Wow, he's a
Yeah.
loyal
yeah. Not only that,
subscriber.
but he's like an influencer for them. So he recommends it to everyone. He's like, hey, do you want to get your parents' disappointment for this Christmas? Let me show you how to do it.
I am the example.
I have become disappointment himself.
Man. I don't know what I'm getting my mom. My brothers and I will, not always, but sometimes we'll pool in on something. And one of my brothers texted about a month ago, and no decision was made. Now here we are, a week out. Still no decision.
Oh, interesting. That speaks volumes to the past day or so in regards
Yeah.
to the podcast.
Yeah, serious.
Nobody can
Runs
make a
in the
decision,
family.
So,
Classic.
uh,
Oh, it's all
not
on you.
me.
I didn't.
Hello?
I didn't put it all on. You,
I did.
Ben.
No,
Right.
Ben just did.
He did.
Whatever. No, we shall see what the...
We used to for like anniversaries or like my parents' birthdays are 2 days apart, so we used to like just do like my brothers and I all go in on something. But it's such a pain in the ass to try and organize that we just stopped doing it.
So now you just don't get them anything.
Well, no, we get them our own stuff, but like
Oh.
going in on everything together and like trying to figure it out, like if we all like took them out to dinner or whatever, trying to
Yeah.
find a day that works for everybody is very difficult. Given that we all work different hours, and one of my brothers has 2 children now, so
That'll do it.
yeah, that'll do it.
Wyatt, I missed our Christmas shopping trip. Typically, Wyatt and I usually go Christmas shopping together every year, and COVID things.
Do you usually get your nails painted same day?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we usually go for a mani-pedi.
Find a glory hole.
Dinner.
yeah.
some
We get those
drinks.
little. I mean, I don't need.
No, no.
I don't need a glory. I'd recognize whose that is anywhere, you know.
Love to see it.
Oh yeah, didn't do a lot of like shopping out and about. Unfortunately, a lot of my my money was spent online, which I'm not a huge fan of. But
No.
I love shopping online.
I mean, it was certainly. I think I got my shopping done way ahead of Christmas time.
well, most of that is because we never even talk about going until about 3 weeks away from Christmas. Then we're like, oh hey, we should go and do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think my favorite memory of going Christmas shopping is when we went and you were supposed to go and get something from Victoria's Secret for your girlfriend at the time.
Yes.
And we were outside the store, and I was like, I mean, go and get it, man. You're like trying to hype yourself up, and then you ended up, I believe you got them a gift card from FYE.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, for context, this was like right out of high school.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would have been, oh my god, probably 8 years ago this Christmas.
Yeah.
That's
something like
crazy.
that.
That was funny. That was funny though.
Couldn't even get yourself to walk in.
She wanted something specific, like that you were
Yeah, I was
supposed to
gonna
pick
say-
out. That like I was just like, I don't know how
I've-
you're supposed to pick that out.
Yeah, it was much more daunting than we're making it sound.
Like a specific.
Yeah, it wasn't like she wanted a
lubricant?
gift card from the store. She wanted.
What?
What? What did you just say? I feel like I'm glad I missed it.
Also, you used to have to get your Secret Santa for the theater every year. I believe you drew You drew the same person like 4 years in a row.
Most of the time. It's alright though. She was easy to shop for. The girls were just talking the other day.
I don't know if you want to bring up what the girls were just talking about.
Nah. Well, typically I wouldn't share those conversations because. But no, they were talking about the group of us and how we buy each other very thoughtful gifts, and they're always amazed at how thoughtful the gifts are to each other. And
I am like the best gift giver out there, I swear to God.
I would say you're
you
top
really
tier.
are very good, and I also like to. Oh yeah, but the gifts that I've gotten from all of you guys, I can tell you all put thought and effort into, and I think they're kind of like, that's kind of surprising.
Especially Damien's gift.
I don't know. They were.
Hey,
I wouldn't call it jealous.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much thought did Damien put into your gift?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about too. So the ladies appreciate our appreciation for each other, it seems, but yeah, severely lacking is Damien's input, because I couldn't even tell you a single thing I've ever gotten.
Disappointment. We're on the plan. Obviously.
Disappointment.
We're on the plan.
Yeah, that motherfucker signed us up for a 60-year membership.
Well, honestly, and it's not exactly. It's not exactly. I mean, we're talking about this on the podcast. If Calvin listens to it, he's gonna be like, "They've never gotten me anything."
Yeah, that's true. He's gonna find out real quick. But we can add it. We can add him to the circle.
I bet he won't get us anything either. I bet he'd be like Damien.
Oh, perfect. We can make them both feel bad. So for
get us
listeners,
some like scalpel or something like that.
Yeah.
Some pills.
Some pills. So for listener, we for many years, Wyatt and I have exchanged gifts on our birthdays and at Christmas, and then I don't know, it was just a thing that he and I did. And then when Ben was getting ready to leave, or you would come back for a visit, that's what it was. You would come back for a visit when you were living in California, and Wyatt and I got you a little gifty gift, and then began the trifecta. And then just last year, we were like, let's continue this, but widen the circle a little bit.
Well,
and
no, because it wasn't this past year was the second year we did the whole circle.
Sorry, yeah, past year as in Christmas 2019, so
yes.
Much longer than last year. Thank you.
A year and a half ago.
And we've talked about this trip. We were going to go visit Ben. It was early January in Texas, and so we were like, let's just bring our gift along to him, so we don't have to worry about shipping it, and we'll do it there, and then we'll give Damien his gift too. And I think there was communication with Ben about this plan, and we made the decision not to tell Damien that we were going to get him something in an effort just to make him feel bad. And so Wyatt and Damien roll up to my place, and we're all getting ready to head to the airport, and we're like, oh, Damien, Merry Christmas. And we handed him his gift. He's like, oh, I think Wyatt went first. He's like, oh, that's nice. You didn't have to do that. I was like, oh, here's yours from me. Boys.
Yeah, that's exactly how I said. He goes, boys, you didn't have to do that.
We get on the plane, we fly down to Texas, and we get to Ben's house, and then Ben's like, oh, hey, here you guys go, and gives us our gifts. And Damien's like, now hold on a minute.
But my favorite part is I don't remember, Parker, what you got, Damien. Do you remember that year?
I don't.
You got him like whatever you ended up getting him. I got him like a University of Michigan like hat, just like whatever. And then
yeah,
we had already told
Ben.
We had texted him on the way to the airport like, oh, Ben didn't get us anything. He goes, oh, That fucker. So he had gotten Damien like a $25 gift card to Taco Bell. He went and used like half of it on Taco Bell. So he
Gave him
gave
the gift card that had like $11.67 left on it.
He used most of the gift card. He's like, fuck that, dude.
It's so good. And then come, cut scene to Christmas 2020, and we did New Year's Eve over at Damien's place, and Ben had shipped his gifts to us. He shipped them up here because then he handed them off to us at the wedding.
He shipped my gift to you and your gift to me, and then we were like supposed to give them to him so he could give it to us. And then did we ship our gifts to him, or we just waited until he got here? I think we just waited until he got here.
Yeah, I believe so. And then, but New Year's Eve we went over to Damien's place again. Didn't tell him anything, secretly hoping he wouldn't remember. And then, we hand him over our presents to him at his own house on New Year's Eve, and he got us nothing.
Again. You and I went down because we had like set our bags in the hallway or whatever, and they weren't like your Christmas gift bags or anything, so you didn't know what they were, but we just had like some sport bags or whatever. So we went down there to get it, and I think as soon as we walked away and we're over there, Damien knew what we had just done. So he's looking at us, and he's just like, these guys, and he's talking to all the ladies over there. We go and give him the gifts. He goes, and he's giving a shit. He goes, you guys have to fucking tell me if you're going to do this or not. And then Kelsey, who was sitting there, was telling Damien how bad a friend he is. He didn't say anything again.
Oh, it's fine, Damien. We know how you really feel.
Well, and then even remember, too, because Erin was there, and she didn't understand, so we told her the whole story, and she started cracking up that we were just trying to make him feel bad.
Works every time. I want to talk about, so I've referenced this on the pod before. As you both know, I've got a small collection of Batman memorabilia going on.
Saying you have a small collection of Batman memorabilia is like saying Damien has a small penis.
In actuality, it's fucking huge.
Well, and also though, like it's relative for Parker's Batman collection because his dad noticed just had a ton more when I think we were kids, but I'm sure there are people out there who have way more than him and his dad combined.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, which is disturbing.
I would tell you yours is sizable, Parker, and what matters is what you do with it. Smile.
Yeah. It's not about the size; it's
I
about the motion.
Sure. So, anyway, my segue is here. The topic is not Batman, but as part of my collection, I've got this weird, I really like the Happy Meal toys. Not necessarily Happy Meal, but like the kids' meal toys that are Batman that came out, whether it was a Happy Meal from McDonald's or toys from Burger King or Wendy's or Taco Bell, which Taco Bell did have toys in the 90s. But so I've been trying to find those things on eBay and stuff. But then I got to thinking just about all the other, I collect the Batman ones, but all the other sweet ass kids' meal toys they used to have. McDonald's does toys, but does anybody else do toys anymore? Any other fast food restaurants? I feel like there's been this shift away from marketing toward kids, this fast food stuff, because there was such a
did Burger King even used to do toys? I mean, I just never went to Burger King in general.
Everybody had toys.
Wendy's had toys.
Well, also,
Taco Bell?
I mean, you got to think
Subway. Yes. And now, nobody does it anymore.
Subway getting rid of kids' toys is probably a good idea.
That, not a bad reference there.
Dump Jared, dump the toys. Yeah, get on protein bowls. Let's target 60-year-olds now.
I mean, I could be wrong, but you'd think they'd got rid of toys because kids don't play with toys; they play with video games now. To be honest with you,
Also true. I'm sure it cuts down on like not I'm not sure it does cut down on like plastic waste.
They don't care about that, Parker.
yeah. Like think about the McDonald's in town here.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
the
they
consumer
they used to
don't.
have a giant like a play place thing, and then they put in like 2 or 3 screens that had video games on it, and that's all they got.
That's
now.
true. That's true.
And
There's an
televisions
account
everywhere.
on Twitter. Yeah, there's an account on Twitter. Oh, I'm gonna have to find it. My brother shared it with me, and
The
they
last
just
blockbuster.
it's not the last blockbuster. No, it's all about these weird McDonald's all over the world. Like it's wild now because they are all like cookie cutter, but the when they were popping up in like the 90s and early 2000s, they were like 1950s versions, jungle versions, all these really random ones. I'm not gonna be able to find it.
I don't need all this
But I
fancy
remember-
schmancy. Just feed me my fucking quarter pounder with only 15% real meat, and fucking slap me in the face with those ketchup packets. I mean,
Why is their ketchup so good?
'Cause
Their
it's
pop
sugar.
is good. Their ketchup's good. Oh. Why? I'm surprised you didn't chime in on my ketchup habit at McDonald's.
It's disgusting.
Hold on. Non-standard McDonald's. That's the Twitter page. You gotta follow it. I loved it. I spent way too long like just going through all the pictures. They give you the location that the McDonald's is at, and then whether or not it's an active location. And then there's pictures of the interior, the exterior. Some of them are so weird, but they're all over the world, and there's some very unique ones. So non-standard McDonald's.
I just hit him with the follow. I'll look at it later.
Hashtag not an ad.
What is this McDonald's on the Nile?
What?
In Egypt? What the?
I told you it's fascinating.
Bro.
do they serve
I
crocodile?
looked at it for so long. That is a thing. Different McDonald's around the world have different menu items. Like in Maine, they have
Seamen.
like lobster wraps.
Yeah, that too.
That too.
I saw somebody posted. I follow Taco Bell on Twitter, as one does, and I saw they retweeted or liked a post or tweet by some girl who I believe she's in Taiwan.
Okay.
I think it was Taiwan. I'm unsure though. It was somewhere in Asia, and
Yes.
she took a picture of her Taco Bell, like what she ordered and her drink and all that, and she was just like, "This is my first trip to Taco Bell," and Taco Bell liked it. And that Taco Bell in Asia serves Coca-Cola products.
Interesting.
What?
I was just like, she's never had a Baja Blast. That's the first
Yeah,
thing
poor
I thought
girl. I think that's
Poor
because
girl.
like Coca-Cola is like the bigger international brand, so they're probably just like, shit, let's do Coca-Cola over here. Where did they have a Baja
Well,
Coke?
internationally it
say-
is, but isn't Taco Bell owned by PepsiCo though?
It used to be. It's not anymore.
Oh, it's not anymore. Oh, okay.
Oh. I mean, the three of us can all agree that Taco Bell is the superior
No,
fast
by
food
far.
chain, yes.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
so much so
By far.
we don't even go to
Specifically
any
our Taco
other
Bell.
fast food anymore.
No cap.
I worry pretty consistently about Taco Bell getting rid of Pepsi products and like us not having access to Baja Blast anymore. Because if you guys remember, that happened with Wendy's. Wendy's used
Yes.
to carry Pepsi products, and they went to Coke, which was awful. But also now at Wendy's, they have those fancy machines where you can pick 1,000
Oh,
different
I do
flavors.
like
where,
those.
Like you have at Five Guys and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I like those a lot.
It's like, oh, I can get a Coke. What? There's 14 flavors of Coke. I can't wait.
I want vanilla, cherry,
And when I
mandarin,
use those,
orange,
I
lemon,
still-
lime, sugar-free alcohol. Yeah.
High C.
I still pick just the regular Coke every
Wow.
time. I have endless options at my fingertips. I'm like, Coke sounds good.
This fucking guy.
I do not like the standard Coke. I'm not a big cola person, I think overall. Like Coke or Pepsi. Like I like Dr. Pepper, but like RC Cola, I'm not a big RC Cola
Yeah,
fan.
they're just like not
Wow.
that good
I'd rather have the cherry options
every
of all
time.
of them.
Yeah, completely agree.
You're both cherry guys.
Yeah, you pop one cherry and then you're like, I gotta always have cherry.
Wait. I thought you were. You're not?
What?
Hello?
I thought you hadn't had sex, Ben.
Yeah, I haven't. You pop one can of cherry cola and then you're like, shit, I gotta always have cherry.
Oh. Cherry cola. Okay, my bad.
Jesus, Parker.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up on air.
Yeah,
Bring that
for
up on
real. Like, I'm just trying to protect myself.
Of course.
I'm not out here sinning like you guys.
No, Taco Bell's far and it's always superior. I like McDonald's, I won't lie, but my wife doesn't, and so I never eat there.
She calls herself an American.
I know, right? But like every time she's gone for a night or for a weekend and I'm on my own and I don't feel like feeding myself, McDonald's every time. And I'm like, oh, yep, that was good.
Do you ever feed yourself when she's gone?
I do.
I don't buy it. Is it a frozen dinner?
Yeah. Sometimes.
I feel like a lot of the time when she's gone, it's usually Parker texting me if I want to go to McDonald's or wandering with him.
Yeah.
Usually.
No, I'll make myself food sometimes. We talked about that a little bit on here before. I'll scrounge the cupboards.
Yeah, you'll use how many dishes compared to her? A fraction.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Small
Guess how many
fraction.
dishes I use when I go get Wendy's? 0.
Oh, good. Taco Bell sounded really good right
Talk
now.
about not.
Tuesday, baby.
That's right.
We might need a Sunday
Every
run,
Tuesday.
though. I don't know.
Oh.
No.
Dude, I won't lie to you. Parker and I have been doing this Taco Tuesday thing it's been over a year for you and I specifically. It's been like 2 years probably.
Yeah.
And we've been doing it.
Going
And
on.
this dude will text me like we have Taco Bell Tuesday at lunch. He will text me Wednesday at lunch and be like, guess what I'm getting? Or Thursday and get like he'll get Taco Bell twice in a week.
I remember
At
those
least.
days.
There's been
Absolutely.
3 before.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's been 3 before.
Wyatt,
I wouldn't be
you and
surprised
I,
if you got Taco
like
Bell
you said,
every
we've
day
been going
once.
on. No, that's too far. We've been doing Taco Tuesday for almost 2 years, and we still don't have like a documentary about us.
We should have been tracking this whole time. We probably could have got free Taco Bell.
For real?
We should start it now though.
It could
Just
be like the sequel to Super Size Me. It could be Baja Blast Me.
Parker, what
I
do you
like
think?
that.
What do you think goes through the guys at Taco Bell's mind? Because we get the same dude almost every time.
We do. He's probably just like, oh, here they are.
He's
again.
blasted out of
One
his
of my
mind. He
favorite
doesn't
people.
know.
The boys are back in town.
He's like the manager. He's like the shift manager or something like that.
I like him.
We
They're
haven't
good
seen.
people over
I
there.
haven't seen the blue chick, the blue hair chick yet.
The blue chip.
The blue. There's a Smurf. Yeah.
Avatar.
Taco Bell haven't hired a Smurf.
Zoe Saldana's in the house.
Does she connect her braid to your quesadilla, and that's why it's so good?
I don't understand.
You know
that
who has
reference.
no business being as hot as they are? Smurfette.
Yeah, she's got a dump truck
The
ass.
fuck?
No reason.
Oh my god.
Hashtag not my Lola.
Not my Lola Bunny. Honestly, not my Space Jam. I understand it. Like, it looks good.
It does look pretty
But-
good. I'm excited about it.
But
I won't lie.
people gotta keep in mind if I hear anybody telling me that the Space Jam is better than the first one, it's been 30 years since the original Space Jam came out.
Get out of my house.
Like, I don't want to hear that shit. We didn't have that technology
Exactly.
back then.
Exactly. Don't even want to hear it.
And we have
Product
the
of its
greatest
time.
basketball player alive in ours. You have like the third best basketball player
Third
in
best.
history on yours, man.
That's right. Well, I mean, you got to admit it. Again, at the time, best basketball player alive.
No.
Yeah, maybe. No.
Not even top 2.
What?
Right
Not even
now?
top 10.
What?
Michael Jordan was one of the
talking
worst
about- you're talking
basketball
about the guy,
players
right?
I've ever seen in my life.
I'm talking about Michael Jordan at the time that movie came out, and Ben's trying to tell me he was number 10.
No, not even top 10.
No,
Yeah.
Not even.
no, you're Parker's right. I thought Parker was saying that LeBron James is the best basketball player right now, and I was just like, I mean, no, I don't no, we don't need to get into this.
The
but-
best basketball
Michael
player
Jordan.
of all
What's he
time
talking
is
about?
Tyshawn Prince.
He's not even playing anymore,
Nope.
is he?
He said of all time.
Yeah, but like, I mean, he was.
I thought it was one of the Harlem
Yeah.
Globetrotters.
That's who it is.
I thought it was Air Bud.
Oh my god, I'm so disappointed in myself. I can't believe I disrespected
real.
Airbud like that.
Yeah, it's
R.I.P.
honestly
Bud.
toxic.
I'm so sorry.
May you rest in air.
Who's the heir?
As far
to
as
the
non-traditional fast food chains go, is Chipotle better than Taco Bell?
I mean, it's like a different category, though, you know?
I mean, it's like a
And no, Chipotle's trash.
just nicer.
If we're talking Qdoba,
I mean, you've got your.
Qdoba is better.
I was gonna throw in Qdoba too. You've got your giants: McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Subway. I feel like not necessarily as far as quality goes, but as far as just like a looming presence, like those are your five.
In every town of America.
Exactly. But then you start to trickle down, and you got, like we mentioned, Chipotle, Qdoba. You've got Five
Culver's.
Guys, Culver's. Yeah. You got
Long John Silver's.
Hardee's.
KFC.
Oh, KFC. Yep.
Little
Popeyes.
Caesars, Pizza Hut.
That's true.
Chick-fil-A.
That's true. How could I forget?
I mean, you want to talk
Ben's favorite.
best fast food restaurant after Taco Bell? It's Chick-fil-A.
You're saying
I'm
it just to
not.
get me
It's just real.
going. But I know I know that listener might agree. So I won't get into it.
And then
but
probably like Popeyes. Popeyes.
Chick-fil-A can burn.
It's up there too. Yeah.
For real? I've never eaten at Popeyes.
Me
I mean, it's kind of like the Taco Bell of chicken, where it's gonna make you
Okay.
squirt afterwards, but it's worth it.
Sure. I love that jingle though. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Ben, where did we go yesterday again? Electric
Yeah.
Cheetah. Man, I don't know about you, Ben. I had some
Oh,
issues
both
yesterday.
Gaming and I had major issues.
Dude, we're driving home. I'm like, Bethany, you need to.
Yeah, you need to
take
speed
the
up.
next exit. I'm not even joking, dude. I told her take me to the next exit. She goes to the next exit, and the gas station that's there has a Subway in it, and both are
Oh.
closed. And I was just like, all right, we got to get back on the highway and get to the next one because we're about to have a problem.
Yeah, our waiter was probably
no.
pissed off.
And we
at
got
us.
off. Well, he's pissed off at you.
Yeah.
That's toxic.
But I
of you to
mean,
say
he
that.
probably put some stuff in our food that made us, squirty squirt.
What happened? You had an issue with the wait staff?
Yeah, we weren't on the best of terms.
Oh.
At one point, we were done eating and we were just waiting for the checks and a box for Bethany's food, and also Ben had ordered a cookie. And I don't know if Ben didn't see that he was right there, and it had been like 20 minutes, and he had told us it'd probably be about 5 to 10, I think. And it had been about 20 minutes, and Ben goes, "Where the fuck is this cookie?" And the dude's right there.
With the cookie?
No, he's like, "Oh, I gotta go get that." And then Ben's like, "I feel so
He was like
amazing.
sitting down at the table talking to these people, and I'm like, I didn't know he was there, and I just wanted my fucking cookie.
You let him know.
And it reminded me of a time that Ben and I were held hostage at a pizza Hut.
It was a tough day there.
We were held hostage at a Pizza Hut. We went to a Pizza Hut and we got our food, and we finished eating, and our waitress, we didn't see her or a waitress for a long time.
Like 3 hours we were held, basically at gunpoint.
And when we finally did see a waitress, we asked if she could bring us the check, I'm pretty sure, and I don't think they ever brought it after that either.
They didn't.
I would have walked out.
So they eventually brought it or whatever, and then after they brought it, she turned around and she was cleaning the table next to us, and there were two Perigo employees there, and they I don't remember, I couldn't tell you what their total was, but like they left her, I think, $1 and some of the loose change, and she was like fucking rich ass Perigo, fuck off or something like that.
Oh.
And Ben and I are like right there, and we had just been held hostage for like 3 hours, so we didn't want to leave a good tip either, so we left like the same amount and got out there.
Oh my gosh. Why? Do you remember when we were at McDonald's and that woman like blew her lid at the employees?
Yeah, I don't remember about what though.
Because they were taking too long, and she had to get back to lunch, or she was on her lunch break or whatever it was.
Oof.
Yeah, it was something.
I can't remember.
It was something stupid. She was like, "I work here, and I gotta get back to work," but like the place she worked was like 15 minutes away. So I was like, so you had a 30-minute lunch, you drove 15 minutes to McDonald's, and you gotta drive 15
for real.
minutes back.
And she went off and was just like screaming inside of the restaurant and like yelling at these people who probably took too long, but
well, and then like the manager was talking to her, and she was like just yelling at the manager, and then she just like walked out, and the manager was like, "Have a nice night."
Yeah, and then she like turned around and flipped her off and walked out.
And Parker and I were like, we were like, do we need to get out of here? Should we stay? I don't know what's happening right now. I thought we were gonna see a fight. I was excited.
You remember when we were like all in a drive-through together? I think at McDonald's, and the woman came up and talked for a second, and then went away for a bit, like a couple minutes, and then Damien all of a sudden said, "You there, bitch?" And then she answered.
Oh.
That was
I forgot all about
that was after prom. I'm pretty sure.
I think that's right.
It was after.
I wasn't with you. I wasn't with you guys, but you guys told me about that.
It was like after prom. We'd done like that post prom thing, but we were gonna go to McDonald's. We got like flurries or something like that. And Damien said that to her, and she started answering. We were like, "Oh shit!" Like I can't believe Damien just said that. I thought Ben was gonna tell the story about when we were all in Taco Bell drive-thru together.
Yeah.
We had gone to see a movie, and all four of us are in the car, and Calvin's in a car behind us by himself, and we're trying to order up front, and then Calvin's like, "And can I get a large fry?" And this is before the nacho fries existed, so they were probably like, this fucking dude is high as shit, being stupid as hell. Like, but no, it was actually
and then, another Taco Bell
Can I get a large?
Encounter when we all went through the drive-thru, and Gage drove separately that time. And I think it was Kelvin that originally threw his trash in Gage's car. Yeah, and then correct. Gage flew home at like 90 miles per hour to get back home.
Gage, from that plane,
if we're talking about it,
from that Plainwell Taco Bell to Allegan is, what do you think?
20
Maybe
minutes.
15 minutes? 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Gage got home in 5 minutes. I swear to God, he did.
Remarkable.
We were just booling in the parking lot because I'm pretty sure the dining room was closed. So we got our food from the drive-thru. We're chilling in Ben's van, and then Gage drove his dad's vehicle, and we're just, I don't know, whoever was in everybody's car, and Calvin decides to take all of his wrappers from his tacos and ball it up and throw it through the passenger side window of Gage's vehicle.
And he didn't ball it up.
Yeah, no, it was
not
loose ball.
No. Barely balled up, because then the lettuce and the shredded cheese went everywhere, all over his dad's car. And then he proceeded to, I'm pretty sure Gage then took it all himself and then threw it back at us in the vehicle. and then hops in, pedal to the metal, blows a red light, and just drives home
In
in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was so like pissed at Calvin to the point Calvin was sitting in the van and he was screaming at Calvin, and Calvin was like in the back seat and he didn't want to come out because
I was back there with him, and I
was in the back, like, because Ben had three. You had like three sections, so like, I'm pretty sure Calvin was in like the way back, and you and I were like in the middle section, and Gage is like yelling at Calvin through us.
Yeah. And I'm laughing uncontrollably because I think it's hilarious, and I'm pretty sure we're like taking it pretty serious because he's just getting his ass yelled at, and I can't help but laugh, and you're like, dude, shut up.
I was like, dude, Gage is about to kill. I was like, Gage is about to kill Calvin. I'm not, and it was so.
And I'm like, got tears coming down my face.
Just through, and it wasn't really not even a big deal, just get the vacuum or whatever. But like Gage said, he got in trouble. He got home and his dad was not happy that there was all over his fucking car.
Moral of the story is Calvin's an idiot.
We noticed.
Gage got home. Remember, he got home in 5 minutes, but he'd also stopped for gas. This dude left, stopped at the what gas station is that coming into town there?
I don't know.
Maybe the Admiral or something like that. Filled up and still got home before we had even left the Taco Bell, I think. He was just like, cause he had texted, we were like, Calvin had texted Gage to apologize in the group chat or something like that, and then Gage was just like, I just got home, my dad's fucking pissed, but it had been like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're like, how is he home already? I think his dad would have been more pissed if he got pulled over in his car. Man.
Also, it's like 11 o'clock at night going down M89. There's this thing called deer. I was just like, he's going 100 miles an hour. Like,
Ben, do you remember? So we were not fortunate enough to have a Taco Bell in town like we do now. When we were in high school, the nearest Taco Bell was that one that was 15-20 minutes away. And I recall some lunch hours getting out. If you had a lunch, you were lucky because then you could, run out to the parking lot and race over to the next town, grab your Taco Bell, and then barely make it back to class.
Probably still be late, yeah.
Those were always fun. Yeah, but always worth it. But we started a tradition when you and I, Ben, did the plays and musicals and stuff. Opening night of a show, we would drive to that next town and go get Taco Bell for dinner before the show. Terrible idea.
I can't believe we did that.
Every time. No, stupid. A, bathroom. B, eating Taco Bell before you have to get on stage and sing probably wasn't the wisest idea. But I remember, maybe you do, when we went, it was usually just like a ragtag group of people that wanted to go along, and we were all there, and this one kid whose name I won't mention, but you'll know. I'll say it and Damien can believe it. Gets up to order after we all did, and he goes, I'll get a taco 12 pad, please. God. And we're like, this dude just ordered 12 tacos. Who's he going to share it with? He sits down and he goes, 12 tacos for however much it was. That's such a great deal.
All
and then
fucking 12.
All of them. Before we even finished.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, and it was this terrible joke behind his back, obviously, that we'd always be like, 12 tacos? That's such a great deal.
Now I want 12 tacos.
It is a good deal, though.
A great deal.
I remember in high school, people who tried to make that drive to the Taco Bell. I remember I had geometry after lunch, and I had sea lunch, and at the time, none of us, Damien did, but at the time, none of us had driver's license, because I was a freshman, I think.
Yeah.
And I remember we were in this geometry class, and I'm pretty sure it was Mr. Conrad, and this dude opens the door. We'd been in class for about 10, 15 minutes, I think, opens the door, and he comes walking in with Taco Bell, And Mr. Conrad looks at him and kind of starts laughing. He goes, "Didn't make it, huh?" And he goes, "Line was too long." He goes, "I'm gonna have to mark you tardy." And the guy gave Mr. Conrad like like one of the freeze ices, like the icy freezes or whatever, like a Baja one, and like 2 tacos. And Mr. Conrad's like, "All right, you're all right."
That's amazing.
Bribe him with food.
Yeah,
Ben
man,
and
that
I
was
used to make the drive to Little Caesars.
we always
which
split
isn't
a-
as far, it's like
With a
5
hot
minutes.
and ready.
We'd split a pizza.
Those were the good days.
We would open it up, rip the lid off of it, and then slide half of the pizza on the lid, and then we'd have our plates, and we'd just go.
nice.
Uh,
Excellent.
You know,
Yeah, even the drive to Little Caesars when you had sea lunch, that was daring.
oh, absolutely. Because I mean, you have sea lunch, you have
like 10 minutes
I
less,
believe-
basically.
10 minutes less. So like at most, I think you get 30 minutes by the time you have to be to your next class.
Right. Yeah, you got to drive there, wait in line, pay for it, eat it,
And get
then-
in class, yeah.
and get back to class.
And 30. So like, if you had A lunch, you had the extra 10, which is like, oh, I can get
Dude,
there.
you learned to survive
to
then, because then you had you have your back, you had your backpack, and it was already like you already had your books for whatever that was, fourth period. If you were like leaving for lunch, and you like run out to the car, and then the stoplight at the bottom of the hill, you need to like take that little side street to get around the light. Man, had to adapt.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
That's right. That's how we graduated.
And now I just,
That's how-
fetal position myself in bed every day.
Yeah. Now I can barely drive. Yeah, that's the other thing. We were getting there, rolling into school. What time did school start? 7:45,
Something like
and I can barely make it to work at 8:30.
I can't even wake
I
up
was getting
before
up to
9.
shower at like 6:30 in the morning. Yeah.
That was a miserable time in life.
Oh, you're
Oh,
talking about
God.
it's still a miserable time in my life.
That's true too.
Yeah.
I don't have to be work till 9:30, and I'm just like,
Why?
I remember the job I worked at when I worked at Shopko before this. We started at 7, like that. I had to be there at 7. I worked 7 to 3, and I was just like, okay. So I'd get there at like 6:58, and we'd walk in. And I remember the store manager at one time was just like, "You're late," and I was just like, "It's 6:58." He goes, "Yeah, but you start at 7." I was like, "Yeah," and I punch in at 7. And he goes, "But like, we need to get here earlier." I was like, "Can I punch in earlier?" He goes, "Well, no, you can't punch until 7." I was just like, "So I'm not going
That
to
makes
get
zero
here."
sense.
I was like, "You can't make me come in earlier and just sit here and not get paid because I'm not allowed to punch in. I could just sit at my house if I wanted to do that."
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It was stupid. And then yeah, I don't miss it. So now still when I have to be to work at 9:30, I'll roll up at like 9:27.
They owe you. You don't owe them nothing.
Oh, absolutely not. No. I stand with the Allegan Little Caesars employees who quit in protest of whatever they protested.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to urinate.
Oh, okay.
He and
Yeah, I drank like 3 kickstarts and now I'm just bladder full, man.
How those kickstarts, man.
Good as fuck. I feel kickstarted, that's for sure.
Did you find those
I
rises
did.
last week when you were gonna go to
Yeah,
Chicago? Did you
It was
How were
really
they?
good. And then, I don't know, maybe I had too much caffeine, but I was like driving through downtown Chicago in rush hour traffic. And I guess it wasn't rush hour because it was a Sunday, but fuck ton of people on the road, way too many people, I tell you. And all of a sudden, my heart just starts beating really fast, and I'm like starting to sweat. I'm like, what the fuck? Do I just have like too much caffeine, or am I having like a panic attack? Anyways, can't drink them anymore.
Oh,
Yep, just like
that.
I'll always associate it. I was like, I'm gonna die here. Like,
Well,
there's
I mean-
I'm boxed in around cars. Like,
I remember like when Red Bulls and Monsters started becoming like just super popular. You'd see the Red Bull commercials all the time. It gives you wings and all that shit. And there was like a story that my mom and dad saw on the news or whatever. Like somebody had like they drank like 16 Red Bulls or whatever,
Jesus.
and they like had a heart attack. And I'm just like, and my parents were like, well, you can't drink those. I was like, they had 16. So like I've never had a Red Bull or a Monster Energy or any of that stuff. But I'll drink the Mountain Dew Kickstarts or the Rises or whatever. And
Yeah.
when I was drinking the Kickstart, this was a couple years ago or whatever. When I was drinking a Kickstart one day, every once in a while I would get that if I was drinking one of them. So I had stopped for a while. And the Rises, I'm not drinking them all that often because I feel like they're more like Red Bull
Oh,
than
yeah,
the Kickstarts
sure.
are. I feel like it's gonna give you that stuff, but they have both of them. I think now only have 6 flavors each, and I really do not understand the difference between the two. It's just the Rise has more
Pretty
caffeine.
much, I think. Back when I like just started drinking coffee, had a little bit of hot coffee every now and then, but nothing too crazy. But then Cammy got me like this cold brew maker my senior year of college. So I made some cold brew one day, and I don't know if you know this, but if you make cold brew, it's like pure concentrate, so it has a lot more caffeine content than like regular hot coffee. So you're supposed to cut it with water. I didn't know that, so I took a full like big ass Yeti of it to an exam I had that day in college, and I basically chugged it all, and I'm like halfway through the exam, and all of a sudden I'm just like fucking shaking, and my mind is racing, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, I can't take this exam.
This is the best high I've ever
I was
had.
like, I'm sitting there, I was like full ADD, like couldn't like pay attention to anything more than a second. I was like, my eyes were racing around. I was like, oh my god, I can't fucking do this. So then I marked like the last 10 questions and ran out of there.
That is exactly why I may have had like some sips of an energy drink before, but I'm afraid of what it will do to me at this point in my life, having
It doesn't
never
do
had one
anything
before.
to you. Caffeine's not real.
Oh.
Heroin
Yeah,
isn't
seriously. Legalize methamphetamines.
That's right. Oh, is that our official stance?
Yeah,
Are we taking
yeah.
that as a group? Oh, okay.
Yeah, when we were all hanging out last weekend, I said something about doing meth, and then Mason started talking about, and maybe you guys are more familiar with this. There are like certain areas, I don't remember if you said it was countries, but like they just like let people try them so they know not to do them or something like that. Did you hear that whole
I don't know about
conversation?
trying, but I like Portugal is
So-
just everything's legal, pretty much. Most of the hard drugs.
Yeah, and there's I'm not gonna get it right, so I'm not gonna say what state out west that has like these centers where, again, like Ben said, not to necessarily try it, but for people who are recovering or they are users and they're wanting to work out of it, they provide these places where you can go and you have a safe space to do it in. They provide clean needles and clean drugs that you aren't just like getting off a street corner and used needles in a place
Is
where
this
it's gonna
government money?
be a dangerous situation for you.
I hope so.
I don't know. Probably.
I hope it's my tax money going towards it.
But they provide that space for somebody to, come off of their habit safely while not just like pulling the plug on them cold turkey and then having something terrible happen to their body or to their mental state or something. But I'm pretty sure it's a new thing here in the United States, but I think you're right. I think he did mention other countries that have been doing that for a while.
I understand quitting cold turkey is hard, but like, wouldn't it also be safer to try and have somebody do it that way?
I guess it depends on who you are and like your
I mean, as a
environment.
person that was
Because I'm sure it can throw you into
as
like
a person that was addicted,
As a
person that
recovering
was
addict?
addicted to black tar
Yeah.
heroin for 6.5 years.
oh
Sometimes you just gotta hit it once a year just to remember. It helps you stay off.
That's not
Yeah.
your. That's not how
Yeah, no, it
addictions
is.
work.
It
That's
is.
the
Like, you hit it
thing.
once, and then you're like, oh, right. Okay, we're good. I can keep off it. But, if you just told me to quit it and I'm never going to have it again, then I want to be doing it every day.
I've known you for a long time. That's the first I've heard about you being an addict
Yeah,
for
6.5 years.
years.
I mean, most of it was when I was like, 8 to 14, but yeah.
Wow, how did you get introduced at such a young age? Was it
Yeah,
like a playground thing?
ASO soccer, Yeah, the whole
Okay.
team was kind of just, strung out. And they were like, hey, man,
Yeah.
you want to
Is-
hit of this shit? And this is an 8-year-old providing it to
Is-
me,
Yeah. Is black tar heroin considered like a performance enhancer?
No, not at all. You should have saw those games where
No,
everyone was just
okay.
like, and some dude was just like running around chasing a pretend dragon. Good times. Wow, I
That
miss
is-
it.
Do you, Parker? Do you know what Ben is addicted to now?
From the conversation earlier, my first guess would be Taco Bell.
No, I believe he's addicted to
Friendship.
products from a company called Tushy. Have you ever heard of Tushy?
No, I haven't. Please tell me about it.
No, you're addicted to it.
Yeah, you're addicted to it. You'd have to tell us about it.
You
Ben.
tell us. You tell us about the wonders of my.
Let me
Tushy.
tell you about
Is it my
your
Tushy?
Tushy, my Tushy, everybody's Tushy. Tushy has the perfect product for your Tushy. Whether you're brown, black, or white, big anus, small anus, they got the squirt that will fill your hole. Are you a wet pooper, a dry pooper? Doesn't matter. Tushy will keep you clean and then will dry you off. Tushy's always there for you. Rain, sunshine, even during the snow. Try Tushy today.
That was beautiful.
I had to mute, dude. I was laughing so hard.
My head was like buried in my hands.
I just
Like white, black, or brown, big anus,
Yeah.
small anus.
Big anus, small anus.
the spray doesn't discriminate.
Oh, man.
It cleans you no matter what.
I wish Damon was here so he could tell us if Tushy got back to us, because I don't know how to check that email. I can't remember what the password is.
I do want to be like serious for a second. After trying Tushy, like before I tried Tushy, my butthole was the rawest it's ever been in its life. It was
And how is it now?
beaten. It was bloody. It's unrecognizable from a pure anus. But after trying Tushy, it is soft to the touch. It is beautiful. It is the most beautiful brown star you will ever see in your life. Besides Michael B. Jordan.
What do you think of, Parker, the rumor that
crying. Oh, yes. Why?
I was gonna say, what do you think of the rumor that Michael B. Jordan is supposed to be like, what fucking character was that? I just saw the headline.
The new Superman,
Yeah.
Calvin, whatever his name is.
Oh wait, he's gonna be the new Superman?
That's what the rumor is. He says no, but
Dude, I hope it.
I'm like,
Yeah,
how many
there's,
how many comics characters does this dude gotta play?
Michael B. Jordan can do no
Real,
wrong
right?
though.
It's true. He is a beautiful brown star.
Wait, what else did he do besides what's his face from Black Panther?
He did.
Human Torch.
Oh, is that the
in a
remake?
Awful Fantastic
Yeah.
Four movie. Yeah.
That stuff. I never saw that one.
And then wasn't there rumors for a long time he was going to be Static Shock, but now he's just producing Static Shock?
He's producing.
That is
it?
correct.
Yeah.
I wish he was Static Shock.
Yeah, they're gonna do Static
Yeah.
Shock.
The kid from Stranger Things is apparently like the top choice right now.
Which kid? They're all kids.
The black kid. Yeah, they're gonna whitewash Static Shock.
I don't know.
In the year 2021, when Black Lives do matter, we're gonna whitewash like one of the most recognizable black super.
Hey man, you never know with these companies.
Yeah, stay tuned for Black Panther 2 when fucking
Mel Gibson
T'Challa's
plays
being
it.
recast as like
Mel Gibson.
I was gonna say like Miles Teller. He goes Mel Gibson.
Disney just completely flips the script. We're going the exact opposite way.
For Black Panther 2, like they're probably gonna use like Shuri or whatever. She'll probably be the new Black Panther, is what they're saying. But I'm like, I don't know why they're just automatically doing that. They could make it work with Lupita Nyong'o, or they could just resurrect Killmonger and tell like maybe he's like when he's resurrected he just learned so much or realized so much from T'Challa that now he's the new Black Panther. Because any of those situations would work.
Yeah, Shuri has taken the role in the comics, though.
Yeah, but Michael B. Jordan is a huge name in Hollywood and would do a fantastic job, probably.
Oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan
but-
can do no wrong.
As we've discussed.
All right, man.
I mean, name a movie you put Michael B. Jordan in as a lead role instead of whoever it may be. That movie's an instant classic.
Like, I didn't think that Disney would want Letitia Wright to do it, because didn't she say COVID isn't real or some shit? What did she say?
Well, I have no idea.
Oh, you didn't hear about that? She deactivated her social media accounts. This was last year when COVID first started. She said something about COVID.
I do kind of remember that.
She was like, she didn't say it wasn't real, but she was like, we shouldn't wear masks. You know that nature, we need to breathe fresh air and all this. And everybody was just telling her how dumb she was, and she deactivated all of her social media.
And now she's friends with
I
Gina
do kinda
Carano.
remember that. Yeah.
Oh. Should we say any parting words for the death of the podcast? And then sign off one last time?
I think we should. Yeah, Wyatt, do you have anything to say about Toxic Tendencies?
I tried my hardest to get us all on the same page, and I wish I wish it could have worked, but you know, it wasn't meant to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice of you.
Yeah, I will say I'll lay some flowers on the theoretical grave of Toxic Tendencies. You know, we had some good times, we had some ups and downs, but you know, at some point you just have to realize when you're in a toxic relationship and just end it, you know? So I think it's good, it's a clean cut. We'll go our separate ways, and I think we'll both be happy. Rest in peace, King.
Thank you, Ben. Yeah, I guess I want to make sure that, you know, the listeners know that it wasn't you. It never was you.
It was always Calvin.
It was always Calvin and Damien.